everybody. Happy Father's Day. It's June 17th, 2018. And here we are, another live chat. It's unbelievable out in Portland, Oregon. What is it, sunny? It's already 77 degrees at noon. Oh my goodness. It's going to be in the high 80s today. Well, I guess I'll wait for someone to come on to say Happy Father's Day. While I'm waiting, I'm going to get my coffee over here. So hang in, guys. There's my coffee, and I'll also get my hot chocolate. I guess that was my hot chocolate. Well, hi, Tony. Nice to see you. Who else is there? Noor Tariq. Haven't met you. Virtuous Woman. Hey, same to you. Well, Virtuous Woman, do you have a father you're going to wish Happy Father's Day to? I have no idea how old you are. Omar Kasim. We got some people from the Mideast here. Well, I'm not quite sure where Noor Tariq is from. Maybe Norway. Anyway, tell me, you guys. Anyway, God, it seems like a long time since I've been last on the show, but it's only been a week, but a lot has gone down. Yeah, well, I have a new video coming out tomorrow, as I do every Monday, which I think you guys will like. It's called Can Thinking About the Past Help You Feel Better in the Present? I talk about the whole idea of creating a library of positive memories and going back into the past, finding something really positive or healing, and then reimagining that it's happening right now. Leonor Hernandez, thank you. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers. Happy Father's Day. I'm glad I turned on notifications missed last week. All right. All right, guys. Well, here we are answering any and all questions about mental health recovery. This is not therapy. I do not make recommendations to treat or diagnose, but I do answer factual questions. And what's more important is I give you guys a chance to connect with each other, create a healing community, and to help support each other in this journey of mental health recovery. Lazy Eye Ranch, happy Father's Day. Well, Lazy Eye Ranch, one of my favorite fans. I've been waiting for Bruce Block, my cat, to give me a can of premium cat food from Father's Day. He's really been extremely uncooperative. He's out there running around on the beautiful day. I don't know if he's ever going to even wish me a happy Father's Day, but there you have it. You have to realize that with your children, you can't always expect to get love in return. Gigi Montelongo, my dad is 67. Well, I'm 69. Can I just call you son, Gigi? Hey, my son. How's it doing, my son? Hey, my son. How's it going? All right. I enjoyed your Back from the Brink video this week. Yeah, well, Jessica's a pretty interesting gal. She's actually just completing her second week of her new job at OHSU, better known as Pill Hill. And aside from the hours being different from her, she used to work swing shift, and now she's working 8 to 5. I think she's adjusting pretty well. So I'll tell you, wished her well, and also make a positive comment on the video in the comments section. Ron World 8098. God, there are all these wonderful people I haven't heard from before. Paul K. Melbourne. Are you in Melbourne, Paul Cape? It sounds like if it is, man, it's 5 a.m. there. Thanks for all the help with your channel, AJ Ranch. Maybe Bruce will bring you a dead mouse. A mouse without their heads? Oh my God. If Bruce brought me a mouse without a head, I'd have to go to the ER room. Oh my God, you can see why I'm not a doctor. Ronald Lee, vitamin deficiencies. Have you ever looked into nutrients needed in the tryptophan to stop HTP to serotonin to melatonin chain? I know that tryptophan is a precursor of serotonin. You're absolutely right. I didn't know that serotonin was a precursor of melatonin, but that's why we should all eat our protein, don't you think? Because it has amino acids in it. But whether or not you would get any curative effect of that, I leave that to your naturopath. You're from Monte Longo. Well, you're from Utah, but you have an interesting Monte means mountain, like long mountain, large mountain. That would be Monte Grande. Miss Sarah, nice to see you again. Where are you calling from? Well, we're all here together today. It's 4 minutes into the hour, and I had a hard time getting to sleep last night. Any of you guys have insomnia? I couldn't get to sleep, so I stayed up all night wondering if the sun would ever come up, because I kind of got depressed. And then it dawned upon me. Okay, my first bad pun of the day. Let's see if we can find the others. it's really important to find a good doctor, a good psychiatrist, to help manage your meds, but sometimes they're not all that great. I actually met a doctor who wasn't really helpful. You know what his nickname was? Dr. Doolittle. All right, one more. I like this. So a guy's getting a filling. Dentists are very expensive, especially if you don't have dental insurance. And guy's getting a cavity fill and says, "How much is this?" And the doctor says, $100. $100? It's only taking 10 minutes. The doctor says, "Would you like me to take longer?" All right. Did anybody like any of those? Lazy Ranch. Hi, Miss Sarah. Thanks for sharing your poetry with me. Oh, wow. Yes, you guys connected last time. Mario Stula from Chicago, all over the country, from Virginia, the Lotus Flower. What a great name that is. I couldn't get to sleep because I couldn't stop thinking about how my dad isn't going to be home for a few more weeks, so he's not here. Oh, can you send him a text or an email? Lieutenant Tiger, you should do stand-up comedy. Oh, yeah, right. You got to get better jokes than that, Lieutenant Tiger. Quixotic Nymph, what a great name. Hey, what do you do about obsessive thoughts or impending doom? Also, there are so many people against ECT. I'm so desperate to feel better for my TBSD. I feel insane. Well, I have a video that I posted 2 weeks ago. It's one of my most popular videos called How to Stop Intrusive and Obsessive Thoughts. It gives you some very tools and techniques. I would definitely go to somebody who specializes in anxiety disorders. And ECT, I've made 3 videos on ECT, electroconvulsive therapy. Have you seen any of them? And I got it myself in 2016. So again, you can learn about that, but again, to actually get ECT, you've got to go to a person who performs it and see if you're, get an evaluation. But so the first video I ever did it's just, again, for informational purposes only. It's called Rebooting the Brain, THROUGH. Okay, you can look that up on my channel and put that in there in the search bar and you'll find that video. But yeah, no, ECT, I benefited from, my mother benefited from it. Many of my clients, I'm not allowed to recommend it, but I can just tell you my experience that it helped me and it helped my mom and it helped my clients. So if you're interested, go find somebody in your area. We had a great gal named Christina Trevino at the Oregon Health Sciences University who saved my butt in 2016 and did the treatment on me. Miss Sarah and Lazy Eye Ranch are sharing poetry. That's great. So, Quixotic Nymph, did that answer your question about your PTSD and OCD? Find a good specialist with anxiety. There are some medications that can help. And for ECT, go find a person to get an evaluation from. You like the last joke about the dentist? Yeah, well, why do dentists actually make really good detectives? Well, they always get to the root of the problem. All right. Lenore Hernandez. What's going on, Lenore? If I can only get to your thing here, maybe I can I do this? Nope, won't do it. Can make a sense of depression from their owner. My cat seems to be near me when I'm sad. Yeah, no, cats definitely tune in. Are you kidding me? A lot of cats are psychic like that. Is PT a mental illness or just classified as it's an anxiety disorder? And mental illness is another name for mental health disorder. It's not as nice a name. So yeah, PTSD is an anxiety disorder, period. Do you know that 80% of serotonin is created in the gut? I do, and I'm going to do a video called Happy Gut, Happy Brain. Do you have any tips for dealing with uncertainty and change, Lieutenant Tiger? Yes, there's an amazing video on TED Talks. Ever hear them? I just showed it to my group. It's about a guy who talks about uncertainty. It's called something like How to Cure Anxiety in 7 Minutes. Put anxiety 7 minutes. If you go ahead and you email me, I will send you the link. The whole thing is about uncertainty. Lieutenant Tiger, douglasblock@gmail.com. Please send me an email. I will send you the link to that really good video from TED Talks on anxiety. It's only 9 minutes. It's really good. Basically what he says is that you just have to let go and trust and manage your life a day at a time or an hour at a time. If you try to push away uncertainty, make it go away, it'll just get worse. And he gave the example of somebody going down a river, a woman who wanted to get a divorce and really wanted to but was afraid what would happen. And she imagined herself going down this river and holding onto this rock for dear life, afraid to let go and just see where the current would take her and manage her way. So that's the example he used. So yeah, look at the world we're in. Nothing is certain. The only thing that's certain, according to Mark Twain, is death and taxes. Ever hear that quote? So we all have to manage uncertainty. It's just part of being human. Anyway, send me an email. I'll send you that. I will send you that TED Talk. Can my 14-year-old niece watch your videos? Well, it's up to her, virtuous woman. I mean, everything here is, it's not X-rated. Let me put it that. It's PG, parental guides. You know, I mean, why would she watch them? Is she dealing with depression or anxiety? You know, it's all informational. It's all educational. But if she really is interested in dealing with it, should see you know, an adolescent psychologist or psychiatrist. But I don't see why she couldn't watch the videos. My dog certainly does, and little parrot too. Yes, well, yeah, dogs especially are tuned into people. I don't know about cats; they usually live in their own world, but maybe not all of them. You really like TED Talks? I will email you. Absolutely. Well, TED Talks, man. Just put in anxiety or depression TED Talks. There's enough information out there on the internet to last you 5 lifetimes in terms of you know, reading and informing yourself about stuff. We have the world at our fingertips. I'm 69 years old. When I was growing up, what did we have? We had the Encyclopedia Britannica, these big books on the shelves collecting dust. You'd take them out, you'd have to read, look up something A to Z, and then it would be like 2 years outdated. I mean, Wikipedia, people take Wikipedia for granted, kids growing up now, just like I took, you know, the car for granted, or the refrigerator. How did people survive in the 1800s when there was an ice box and no public transportation? I guess they had horses, and medicine was bad. You had to get operated without anesthesia. My God, it's amazing humanity hasn't lasted this long. All right, Quixotic Nymph. What is up with you? It's a beautiful, beautiful name. Remember Don Quixote? We get Quixotic, by the way, from Don Quixote. I'm on Trinalex. I relapsed again in panic attacks and depression this year after breakup with my childhood boyfriend. Of course, #1 cause of depression is loss, says one of my video, or trigger, I should say. By third world, I'm scared that I will be this way. No, 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 Quixotic Nymph. I've had 5 hospitalizations, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And here I am, kicking and screaming at 69. You will not be this way forever. This too shall pass. Look at my video called, and also, I hope you're having a therapist. You know, again, I'm just giving you informational stuff. But, you know, if you're having that fear, go talk about it with your counselor. You know, or your doctor, one of the two. But no, that's just not how it works. Episodes are episodic. Okay, so I have a video called 4 Words That Can Save Your Life. So it's all about those 4 words are this too shall pass. It's one of my most popular videos. And so if you really think about it, the only thing that's certain in this universe is change. Everything is in flux. The atoms and our, you know, we're made up of atoms. We're mostly made up of empty space. So, so yeah, no, you know, you're not the same person you were 5 years ago or 10 years ago. Everything is changing at every moment. Every 7 years, you got a whole brand new body. So, Quixotic Nymph, you will, you know, look at that video, talk to other people, but no, the nature of the universe has changed. So I don't think you're going to be in that space forever. Would animals or cats or dogs be filled with PTSD? Yes, animals, and they've done studies that show pets being around human beings can have a very healing effect. Why do you think there are therapy dogs? I went to St. Louis years ago when my book first came out to do a lecture or talk on my experience in recovering from depression. I stayed at a woman's house who suffered from severe agoraphobia, fear of open spaces. She had a therapy dog who she would walk and take out. That's the only way she got out of the house. So yes, therapy dogs, therapy cats. Bruce is a therapy cat. He comes to our group meetings every Monday and Tuesday and hangs out with the support group members, and he's a delight. Have you looked up people using niacin B3 and how it cures the depression and anxiety with minutes and days? Ronald E., I've taken vitamin B3. I've gotten hot flashes, but not a whole lot else. Yeah, I don't think anything's going to cure depression and anxiety. You can only manage it. But no, I have not heard of that, and I would be suspicious. But, you know, niacin's just a B vitamin, you know. That's what I've taken it. What medicines are good for dealing with PTSD? Well, Ron World, I'm not able to recommend anything, but, you know, the drugs, well, there's many types of things. There's the antidepressants to deal with anxiety. There's the anti-anxiety drugs, but mostly there's something called, which you should look up, because I'm not recommending it, but it's called EMDR. It's a lot of psychologists and psychiatrists use it. It's a specific type of therapy called eye movement desensitization reprocessing that people use. So at least check that out. Again, again, talk to your doctor. She's abandoned by her mothers. I'm not quite sure what you're referring to, virtuous woman. I'll look that one up. Uncertainty and change of what my life is about. I was supposed to get divorced last Wednesday, but my ex is being ridiculous. Got a continuance. Okay, well, go look that up on TED Talks. I want a diet to make me feel better about my body, but I don't feel any better, even though I have lost weight. If anything, I feel worse. Well, Miss Sarah, you should definitely, hopefully the diet you're taking is not depriving you of anything. People lose weight, gain it back on diets. Again, talk to your nutritionist and talk to your doctor. 4 words that can save your life is all about those 4 words. This too shall pass. Living on One says, maybe you're just looking at it the wrong way. Instead of how your body looks, focus on how it performs because of a good diet and exercise. Nice advice, Living on One. Lazy Eye Ranch, Ron World 8098. There used to be a wonderful program that matched trained shelter dogs with soldiers with PTSD. Unfortunately, our government has defunded that program. Yeah, of course. Thank you. Maybe, but it's hard to think of that way. I'll try though. Yeah, good idea. Again, work with your counselor. Omar Kasim, hi Doug. How should I deal with anxiety resulting from me perceiving noisiness in my ear? Wow, I have a guy in my group who's dealing with that. Yeah. I'm really sorry about that. I think a neurologist is what this man is going to. So, talk to your primary care doctor. See what he recommends. I hear that neurologists deal with tinnitus, but definitely talk to your PCP and find out what the next step is. But I know that would be very anxiety producing to have tinnitus in your ears. Wow. And constant fear of noise. I'm really sorry you're going through that, but your neurologist or an ear, nose, and throat person, probably a neurologist, but again, go to your primary care physician. The Lotus Flower. I'm currently helping to care for my father with stage 4 lung disease. Do you have any videos that address death, dying loved ones? No, but guess what? If you go on, if you know how many caregivers are living with parents who are dying? Oh my goodness. So go to YouTube and type in caregivers living with dying parents, or just put living with dying parents. There must be a ton of really good stuff out there. I have not made a video like that. I took antidepressants for 2 years, and in the last 20 months, I stopped since I'm facing antidepressant withdrawal, but in the last 3 months, I'm facing acute head pain. But now you're feeling okay. Well, I guess you made it through it. Hopefully you did this under the supervision of a doctor. You'll do fine, Living on One, says Miss Sarah. World 8098, Lazy Ranch. I was looking online and saw some programs here in D.C. I'm not sure if any of my insurance will cover it for a service dog. Well, check it out. Ronley, the hot flashes you're referring to is called niacin flushing. Yeah, it's one of the most important vitamins that is needed. Tryptophan, 5-HTP serotonin often depletes your B3 if you're deficient. Well, that's a good idea. Well, I think, isn't niacin contained in foods, like B vitamins are? I was looking online, okay, hot flashes, yeah, Omar Kassin, I have tinnitus as well. I find white noise machines useful. I like white noise machines at night because I can get to sleep. They take away some of my nervousness. Living on One, hey Douglas, right now I feel very confident and good. Should I still take natural herbs that stabilize your mood as a backup if necessary? Hey, I would talk to the person who, are these things getting prescribed by a naturopath? I can't make any recommendations, but it's always good to do maintenance, good exercise, social connection, social support, prayer, meditation. All these things are helpful. If natural herbs are helping you, then, that's part of your maintenance program. But, I would talk to a naturopath or an herbalist on that one. That's rough. I lost my dad at 96, and I still miss him terribly. Well, God bless your father. We'll wish him a happy birthday, happy Father's Day on the other side. I'm referring to my niece. Oh, God, I'm really sorry about that. Abandoned by her mother, and that's why I ask if videos are appropriate for her. She's depressed at times. Well, the best thing that could happen for her if she's been abandoned by her mother is to go see, I don't know how old she is, but to go see a good psychotherapist or go to a grief group. I don't really have any videos about grief and loss. I really should have one on grief because that's a trigger for so many people's depression. So I do have a video of Virtuous Woman called When Loss Becomes Depression. that might be helpful to give her an overview. But I think what she really needs more than anything else is a good therapist or a good grief group. But I do have a video. It's called When Loss Leads to... Well, guys, we're about 20 minutes into the hour, 1/3. We still haven't gotten a little... No one has yet hit the little the dollar sign here for contribution. This is a labor of love, but getting some donations is always really wonderful. And of course, my Patreon page has really gone nowhere the last month. I don't know why, but if you go to patreon.com, Douglas Block, for as little as $2 a month, you can help support this channel. And it doesn't take a whole lot of money. And even a $1 or $2 donation here would be greatly appreciated. Omar Kasim, thank you, Doug. I've gone through doctors and tests and everything is fine. I just got told that there's nothing that can be done about it and just ignore it. Easier said than done. Now, I don't know what you're referring to. You're talking about tinnitus? Yeah, well, I don't know. Go and type in tinnitus specialist on the internet or keep going to people. I mean, you know, nothing that can be done. That would be a really hard thing to accept. Thanks so much for your kind words, Lotus Flower. Miss Sarah, I have to go anyways, but I hope everyone has an amazing day. Thank you, Miss Sarah. Always nice to see you. Misfire Jack, oh my God, from Utah. My favorite. How's it going in terms of Utah's hot and bright here, but beautiful? It's going to be 89 here in Portland today, or at least 85. Are you still doing your, I forgot what those exercises were that you do that help you, Misfire Jack. They're, what are they? Tell me. They're on ropes and stuff, and anyway, very, takes a lot of energy and strength to do them. Anyway, how are you doing? How have you been doing reading my book, When Going Through Hell Don't Stop? Yeah, I sent that to you for your nice patronage on Patreon. Thank you for doing that. And is the book still capturing your attention? I think the memoir is pretty cool myself. Let me see. Rituraj Sharma, please put your views on antidepressants withdrawals, head pain, migraine. Well, I don't really have any views on antidepressant withdrawals. I just know there was an article in the New York Times about a month ago saying that all about the difficulties people have in antidepressant withdrawal. I suggest you go to New York Times and type in those words, and you'll see that article, and then you should talk to your doctor about it. But yes, it seems to be a problem that many people have. Oh, PayPal address, Lieutenant Diger? Oh, easy. It's my email address. If you want to know what my PayPal address is, you just do this. douglasblock@gmail.com, and just go ahead, and if you want to donate, put friends and family, so it's not, they don't take a chunk out of your money. But yeah, douglasblock@gmail.com is my PayPal address and my email address. So let me know if that works for you, Lieutenant Tiger. Is LT stand for Lieutenant? I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right. Ron World 8098, thank you for your videos and have a blessed Father's Day. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. Lazy Eye Ranch, I'm finally going to the doctor tomorrow. I haven't been since last year. I'm asking him to do a blood panel. I think my hormones out of whack and I'm malnourished from not eating enough. Well, that could be the case, so I hope you do get enough to eat. Well, we're a little low on the census today, only 20 people. Last time we had 40, but maybe that's good. It's Father's Day. Well, I guess I should find a good book, and this is a book from Garrison Keillor, Prairie Home Companion, pretty good joke book. So I don't know if I can... Oh my God, these are really bad. All right, well, I had a really good joke book of kids' jokes that were really good, and I don't... Oh, okay, well, here's a dumb joke from India. Lieutenant Tiger, yes. I'm lonely, Adam told God in the Garden of Eden. I need to have someone around for company. Okay, God replied, I'll give you the perfect companion. She's beautiful, intelligent, and gracious. She'll cook and clean for you and never say a cross word. Sounds great, Adam said, but what's she going to cost? An arm and a leg, answered God. That's pretty steep, replied Adam. What can I get for a rib? See, the reason that's funny is in the Bible, in Genesis, they said that God took a rib out of Adam's cage and made a woman. So you got to know that story to make that joke funny. What is a very good book on PTSD? You know, yeah. Oh no, the book is by a guy named The Body Keeps the Score. That is considered the book on the subject by Bessel van. The Body Keeps. Oh, thank you, Virtuous One. $5. That is very cool. Thank you so much. Yeah, so Google takes a third out of it, but I still appreciate the thought. And by the way, if you ever wanted to do it again, just go to PayPal and go douglasblock@gmail.com if you have a Gmail account. And also, if you want to go to my website, it's healingfromdepression.com. Hey, there's still a lot of Flex Yard. Whoa, nearly 14,000 subs. Who has 14,000 subs? You? Oh, you mean me? I haven't even been keeping track. Have you read 12 Rules for Life? I've seen him on the internet. I know it's out there in Pal's bookstore. And so I've not read it. I know it's a bestseller. I like his videos. Do you recommend it? I love Garrison Keillor. Hey, Douglas, remember about the inventor of the throat lozenge who died? I'll let you do the punchline. Yeah, there was no coffin at his funeral. Lazy Eye Ranch, you know my email address. Can you email me that joke so I can use it for Monday? I'll forget about it. Did you make that up? I really like it. DouglasBlog@gmail.com, Lazy Eye Ranch. And what is your email address? Or when you email me, as you have, or maybe you haven't, what's your first name? Is that okay to say over the internet? Or, yeah, maybe I should take a picture of it. That would be good. I have my phone here. What do you know? Got some text messages, camera. Okay, here we go. All right, I got it. I was telling my therapist that my brain wants to keep me miserable because it's a safety mechanism. I'm not quite sure what that means. Your book is fantastic and helpful. Everyone should read it. Thank you. Also, I do aerial hoop, hammock skins. I also do karate. I better not get you angry at me. Hey, Stuart.
Yeah, hi.
Happy Father's Day. I'm live on YouTube. Say hello to my YouTube fans, 14,000 of them. Say hi, YouTube fans.
Hi, YouTube fans.
That's my best friend and chess player. Are you back in town?
Yeah.
I'll be out of here in exactly 30 minutes. I had some things to talk to you about, chess problems and Alex Barrett. I'll be talking to you soon.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to do some more problems. Bye. All right. Lieutenant Tiger, you sent me a PayPal donation? Of course your name is Suzanne. Yes. So haven't you emailed me, Suzanne? We've had this discussion. I Love Suzanne by Leonard Cohen, Judy Collins. We've had this discussion. Next time you'll donate the other way, thank you. You know, Virtuous Woman, I need to send you a copy. I don't have a hard copy. I need to send you a copy when going through Hell Don't Stop. I'm way overdue on that. So email me one more time and I'll send you the ebook. And because Misfire Jack says it's amazing. Anyway, Misfire Jack says, I just wanted to drop in and let you know I'm still here. I'm taking my dad shopping for new tools. See you later. Good for you. You're a good daughter. And I'm glad that you say everybody should read the book. Thank you very much. It's the proudest thing I've ever done is write that book. Depression teachers should not be without psychotherapy. What do you say? Well, you know, the studies say that the best way to treat depression is a combination of therapy and medication for those who can tolerate it. There's people who can't. You know, there's lots of studies that show that not everybody benefits from antidepressants. Some do. But therapy, everybody could benefit from. Absolutely. And there's so many people out there who have good training. Anyway, Misfire Jack, I'm really glad to hear from you. And I remember your name is Jen. Flex Yard, she means that even though I'm unhappy, I'm comfortably unhappy, and getting well is unfamiliar for me. I understand. So, well, you know what Woody Allen said, all life is divided between the horrible and the miserable. Be thankful you're miserable. So he's someone who never really got, familiar with being happy, but I'm sure you can. Why watch a good comedy. You know, find something that really gives you joy. Do you have any videos of you doing aerial hoops in silks? No, I don't. I have absolutely no coordination, and no, I'm afraid of heights and everything. Oh, you're talking about, oh, you're not talking about me. You're not talking about me, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Misfire Jack. Yes, well, she has a YouTube channel. You could probably just type in Misfire Jack, and maybe you'd find it. I've seen the videos. They are very nice. I think she's already gone to hang out with her father. But I'll send her an email, and if she gives me permission, I'll go ahead and send you the link. Thank you. You're more than welcome. Let me check to see what you sent me. See what my alerts are. If I can get to them. $850? Tom Egger, thank you so much. Oh no. Excuse me, I can't read properly. Oh well. No, I'm just joking, of course, but thank you for your donation, Lieutenant Tiger. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yep, they're on my channel here on YouTube. Well, okay, so Misfire Jack still was around to answer you. I guess she does have the channel, just like I said she did. So we are now at 31 minutes after the hour. That was my friend Stuart. He goes on tour guides. We met each other when I was 9 years old. That was 60 years ago. Can you imagine knowing something for 60 years? Has anybody watching me known someone for 60 years? Better yet, is anybody even 60 years old? You know, on my YouTube channel, only 5% of the people who watch YouTube are over 65. So, you know, they're certainly not my peers, but we got a lot of people in their 20s, 30s, and 40s. I run a group with people in their 20s. I love young people. I love millennials. My goddaughter is 27. My godson is 37, 38. So I'm very familiar with that generation, and they're very, very cool. You scared me when you said 850. I wish I had that much. LOL. No, it was divide that by 100. Evidently, are you in America? I mean, they took out, if you donated $10, they took out $1.47. I have no idea how that happened. It must be a currency issue. I didn't mean to scare you, Lieutenant Tiger. I apologize. Please forgive me. Please, please, please forgive me. Thank you. Lazy Runner's Call, I'll definitely look you up. It looks so much fun, like something I'd like to try, probably fall on my face. Yeah, well, you need to be very strong to do that stuff. And, but, you know, everything's a matter of practice. There you have it. So, tomorrow, can thinking about the past make you feel better in the present? It's all about having to go and get a library of positive memories and think about something good that happened and relive it in the present moment. Looks like it's called visual rehearsal. Athletes do it, and yeah, it really works. I'm in the UK. I forgive you. I knew it was an exchange rate thing, Lieutenant Tiger. Thank you for forgiving me. Next time we can just multiply that by 10. You never know, your ship might be coming in. Anyway, as my mother used to say, it's the thought that counts. So, Lieutenant Tiger, are you a subscriber to my channel? Because if you are, you get alerts. If you hit that little button to the right of the subscribe channel, you'll get alerts. And you'll be notified every time we put up a new video on Monday or do a new live chat on Sunday. And if not, go to the homepage after we're done here and just click on the subscribe button and the bell to the upper right, and you'll be on. Time for a pun, everybody. No one laughed at my Adam and Eve joke. All right. I've really had, as a depressed person, I've really had a hard time holding on to jobs when I was younger. And it turns out there's somebody else very similar to me, a vampire. His name was Jack Blood. He got fired from the blood bank. You know why? He was caught drinking on the job. No. I guess he didn't pass his drug test. You know, a lot of people who have problems with eating disorders are also depressed, and this scarecrow is having a hard time. He one day he just refused to eat his dinner. Why was that? He was already stuffed. Oh my good. And by the way, and why did that same scarecrow, even though it had an eating disorder, succeed as a neurosurgeon? No, it wasn't because he didn't have a brain, you know. No, the scarecrow succeeded as a neurosurgeon because he was outstanding in his field. I like that. You're my subscriber from India. Well, good for you. Ron World 8098. Laugh, laugh. Subscriber, yes. Well, we do have, according to somebody, we do have 14,000 almost. Someone told me that earlier, but I can't look it up on my iPhone, unfortunately. I don't think they give you total subscribers here. No, they just give me total views. My views have been dropping. My subscribers have been dropping. What am I going to do, guys? Is my YouTube channel, going downhill? I hope not. Still have a 500,000 minutes per month. That's not too bad. Ron World 809, I'm glad you think it was funny. All right, so what else can I say? There's still a lot of fallout from what happened to Anthony Bourdain and Kate Spade. Did anybody besides me, was anybody a big fan of Parts Unknown on CNN? Did they even get that in England or other countries, India? Did you get that show by Anthony Bourdain where he travels all over the world and goes to cultures and eats and makes friends and schmoozes? What an amazing person he was. You know why I break into song? Because I can't find the key. Oh my goodness. Where are you getting these things, Lazy Eye Ranch? Although I definitely like the one about the man who invented the throat lozenge. I'm going to definitely tell that. I'm going to use it from one of my videos. Julie Wilkinson, haven't seen you here in a while. Yes, you used to like Parts Unknown, and what about now? How come you don't like it now? It's always been a good show. I mean, obviously, if Anthony Bourdain is no longer with us, he's not going to be doing that show anymore. I never really heard of Kate Spade, but I was really surprised when the New York Times ran an article that said despite all of the prevention efforts in the United States, the suicide rate is still increased from 1999 to 2016 by 25%. Can you believe it? If 25% increase of deaths of heart disease or cancer, do you know how much additional funding there would be? But in fact, research for suicide prevention is woefully low compared to research for heart disease and cancer, even though every 12 minutes someone dies. Rose says, I'm afraid that a therapist won't help with my depression. Well, then what will? I mean, oh, you still like it. Good. Well, I'm sure they're still having repeats on CNN. But Rose, what is going on that a therapist can help you? I mean, you might have really severe depression, in which case you might need something like ECT or TMS. But again, that's something your doctor needs to diagnose. But even when I was depressed, being in therapy helped somewhat. With Kate Spade, it also shows you never know. Well, yeah, we need so much more funding. Wasn't Kate overtly suffering with depression and anxiety? Wasn't she even honest and open about it? Although I guess I was told she wasn't that open because she was afraid it would ruin her reputation. But, she was separated from her husband. Loss always triggers stuff like that. The Owl Hawk, great comfort from your videos. Well, thank you. Any particular ones you like the best? I'm moving my thing around so I can get more centered here. Any videos you like the best? I'm going to move this a little closer to me, and then I can just tilt this back. I just figured out how to do that. There you go. Much better. Well, Theo, the Owl Hawk, anything that you really liked? Let me know. Okay, so does anyone seen my video I made on skydiving, how one man in the New York Times wrote an article that he jumped off a plane and it reduced his anxiety? Well, go watch that video of mine. Just type in skydiving because you'll see a very funny ending. Suffering vertigo all weekend, wow. Yeah, I've never had vertigo. It was a very famous film by Alfred Hitchcock. I hope you're getting some help from it, from a doctor. So, other videos I've made that I recommend. One is called A Reason for Hope During Hard Times. So many times I've seen people, friends, group members, plummet into the abyss and wondering they'll never get out. It's impossible, and yet something always comes along. I tell the story in this video of I was in New York in 1983. Wow, it's a long time ago. Living with my parents, 34 years old, about to go into a psychiatric hospital, a very good one called New York Hospital, north of New York City. And I normally live in Oregon, but I was home with my parents because I needed someone to take care of me. I was very lonely, so I went down to the social that was going on. And I met this gal, she was about 7 years younger than I was, but still. And we talked about the Beatles. We both loved Hey Jude. We hit it off. And so we decided to play tennis on Sunday, but it was raining in New York, so we decided to go into Manhattan. We saw a beautiful movie. We went to a museum. We went to Sotheby's for the auction. We had a great dinner out. At the end of the evening, she said, Douglas, I have not enjoyed myself this much in years. I really want to see you again. What about Tuesday afternoon? I said, well, that's not too bad, but there's a conflict. She said, what conflict? She says, I said, well, I'm checking myself into the psych ward on Tuesday up at New York Hospital. She said, what? You're not depressed? I said, I am. You just haven't seen it. But during my whole hospitalization, she stuck with me and helped me get better. And boy, what a guardian angel she was. I never seen his show, but I always liked seeing him on talk shows. Not enough funding for mental illness. I can't get real help for my son. He stopped taking his meds again. Sleeps with a foil on his head. God, that's got to be so difficult. And again, there are no group homes nearby that can't your son get on Medicaid or Cal-Aid and get into. There are so many group homes here in Portland that people on the Oregon Health Plan can go into. The Owl Hawk, Anna, I love that name, from Ireland. I love Ireland too. I always wanted to go there. I love Scotland. Douglas is a Scottish name, Celtic name. I lived in Scotland. Marin W. Hi, Douglas. Sorry, it's been 2 weeks since I moved to Dublin. Wow, we were just talking about how I like Ireland. And you were living in Japan with your husband, weren't you, a while ago? That's a shift. I wonder if the mental health services are any better in Ireland than they are in Japan. Let me know where you are. If I ever come there, I can crash. What exactly does a therapist do? Ask, because I've never been to one, so I have no idea what it's like. Well, a therapist, you talk about yourself, your thoughts, your feelings, what you're going through, and what a therapist does is to help you to manage your thoughts and feelings in a way that you feel more joy and upliftment, to work with conflict, any conflicts you might have with yourself, conflicts you might have with, a partner, a parent, a friend, a child. They just help you to become, a better human. Just go on the internet and type in, the benefits of therapy and see what people say. There are lots of them. And no, not good in Ireland yet. How could mental health not be good? It's no good anywhere. This is why we have, this runaway problem with, self-harm and suicide, because there don't seem to be any places in the world where mental health is really paid attention to. I don't understand it. My son's on Medi-Cal, but they won't pay for inpatient treatment. What about is group homes inpatient treatment? He only gets 1.5 hour appointment every 2 months. What? No, 3 hours a year of treatment. It's scandalous, Lazy Eye Ranch. You might as well not do it for that matter. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. This is really, can you imagine denying people with cancer treatments or chemotherapy? I mean, this just shows how bottom of the rung mental health is in this culture, and evidently in Ireland, Japan, and India, and all the other places people call in from. So, it's 43 after. I'm going to cut out a little bit earlier today. My friend Stuart, I haven't seen in over 6 weeks. He's waiting to connect with me today, so I'm going to call him up about 10 of the hour. Yeah, Rose, you know what? I have no idea how old you are, but talk to friends. Talk to people you know about therapy. Someone you know has been in counseling. A little late, Mikey. Yeah. Well, you're going back to work tomorrow. How do you feel about that? How was yesterday? Better than Friday? I'm sorry you had that tough time with TMS. Really, first time I've ever heard of that type of adverse reaction. But anyway, how are you doing today? What's the weather like in Pennsylvania? The weather is absolutely gorgeous in Portland, Oregon. I'll tell you that. Anybody know what to do with bipolar disorder? I have, actually I'm diagnosed with bipolar 1. Bipolar 2, mild mania, but I've known a lot of people with bipolar 1. Oh my God, they go really high and they feel wonderful and then they crash. And then they feel wonderful and then they crash. So the Tour de France is actually starting very soon. And in recent years, it was actually a bipolar person who actually won the Tour de France. And people asked him, how did you do it? And he said, well, I won the Tour de France because I'm a rapid cycler. Oh my goodness. Okay. So a rapid cycler in mental health terms is someone who cycles in and out of mania and depression. It's actually a diagnosis called a bipolar disorder with rapid cycling. So there was my little pun. Nervous, we'll give it a try. Weather's sunny and nice today. Well, that should help. Julia Wilkinson, like my bipolar joke on the Tour de France. Thank you. Oh my God, you went to Cannon Beach, Theo Hawk? Oh my God. I've been going there since 1973. 44 years ago. What a beautiful place. John L., thank you so much for your videos. They're a great help. Well, thank you. Put some nice comments in the comments section. You know, there's a video that has gone viral. It's not viral, it's not the right word, but it's suddenly become very popular. And unfortunately, because many people are seeing it, I get a lot of trolls. But you might want to take a look at it. It's got over 100,000 views. And you know what the irony of this? This video was published the day before I went into the psychiatric hospital for ECT. So I was actually at the bottom of the barrel. And when this video came on, you can tell I don't look very good. But I thought the information there was pretty good, and a lot of people like it. Anyway, it's called 5 Things Not to Do When You're Depressed. A video I made in 2015, published on January 4th. 2016, on the 5th, I went to St. Vincent's Hospital here in Portland. Stayed there until the 28th, got ECT treatments. 8 of them came out. Went into an outpatient program, and by the middle of February, I was starting to feel better again. Oh my goodness. How many lives does Douglas Block have? Well, I've always lived with cats. I've used up 5 of the 9, 5 hospitalizations, so I guess I have 4 left. I don't want to use up those 4, man. Being in a clinical depression is hell, as anyone here knows. You feel at the bottom of the barrel? Yeah, well, join the club. So where are you, Theo? It looks like Theo W.L. Hawk. Anyway, what country do you live in? What type of treatment are you getting? There is a way out. He's really bad off too. He's attempted suicide on April 2nd. Hospital wouldn't admit him. One of your best videos, I've watched it several times, 5 Things Not to Do When You're Depressed. God bless your son. Is his father helping him out at all, or giving any support? Mental illness is such a cruel disease, and schizophrenia is even more cruel than depression. I just bless your son. I like the video. I think it says not to start a new job when depressed, and I did, and it went horribly indeed. Well, yeah, one of the things I was always told, when I was in grad school, is do not embark and make a major decision when you're in a depressive episode. That's a good point. You feel like a cat with 1 life left? Well, Theo Hawk, when I was depressed in 96 and 97, I felt like a cat with no lives left. Hey, look, I'll do you a favor. I will send you a free copy of my ebook. You need to read it for inspiration. DouglasBlock@gmail.com. This is what I'll send you. I will send you what Misfire Jack has and what I'm going to send. If I get her email address, this woman whose name I'm already forgetting, Virtuous Woman. When going through hell, don't stop. A survivor's guide to overcoming anxiety and depression. So, I was absolutely sure that I was completely and totally done for. I remember that I was talking to my minister friend. He said, you know why you're going through this hell? Because one day you're going to come out of it and you're going to write about it. I said, are you kidding me? I am done. And one of the reasons I'm in a major depression is my writing is all, dried up. I'm washed up. I'm done. I might as well just jump off the Fremont Bridge right now. But I was wrong. I came back, and so can you. Oh my God, there's a beautiful bird. That's a good sign. So Theo Hawk, Anna Ireland. I just love that name. Why don't you send me an email, will you? And I'll send you a copy of the book. Brandon Marcos. Hey Doug, I've been diagnosed with anxiety, depression, OCD. Well, that's great. I've relapsed twice now. It makes me worry for another one in the future. Do you have any tips on how to get over worry? Yes. Well, every now and then I think about having a relapse. So what I do is I take a deep breath, bring myself into the present, feel my feet on the ground, feel my body, and say, okay, today I'm safe. I'm all right. I'm not majorly depressed. The sun is out. What can I do today to enjoy myself? I bring myself right out of the future into the worry, because your worry is about something that hasn't happened yet and doesn't even exist. The only reality is the here and now. The future is just a figment of our imaginations, because we have a prefrontal cortex, a brain that can imagine things that have not yet happened. What about my cat Bruce? He has no capacity in his brain to think about the future. He's in the here and now. What about a bird who just came and ate at my bird feeder? You see, human beings alone have this blessing and this curse. We can plan ahead, but also we can worry ahead. And that really, when people have an anxiety disorder, that is hell. So how do you get over the worry? Bring yourself into the here and now. If it really starts, if you can't do that, go find an anxiety disorder therapist, and they can give you some good techniques. And there are even some medications. But there's a really good book by Edward Hallowell called Not to Worry. He's a very good psychiatrist, and you seem pretty content now. Would you say you're happy? Well, I'm going some bad situational distress with a chronic infection in my leg that keeps acting out. So I would say if it weren't for that, I'd feel pretty good. Okay, Anna, there's your email address. No, you should email it to me. Let me see if I can copy it and then paste it. Anna Banana, #1 @hotmail.com. Wow. Is banana one ends or two? I thought it was one. Anyway, I'm going to put that right here. I'm going to copy it. And then I'm going to paste it down at Douglas Block. Yeah, I'll be able to see at the end. I think banana only has one N last I checked. Don't you know how to spell? Of course, I'm being funny. So, life feels very hard, Anna Ireland, yes. Let me send you that book. Now, at the beginning, it's pretty dark. I talk about my suicide note in chapter 1, but then I do get over it. And I'll even send you another ebook I wrote that called Healing from Depression Naturally, that a lot of people haven't seen, but maybe you'll get some good ideas there. Again, you know, in terms of treatment, you really should be seeing somebody in Ireland. I mean, a good therapist, a good counselor. What I'm sending you is just my personal memoir of what happened to me. Hope you'll get some inspiration out of it. Brandon Marcos, thank you, Doug. I know it helps just to hear from someone else. Thank you for the great work. Keep it up. Thank you. Versus Woman, where can I buy your books instead of ebooks? How does that ebook thing work? Well, ebook, you just need to, it's a PDF file you can open up with any computer. You just double click on it. You might have Adobe Reader, you might have Preview if you're on the Mac. It's a PDF file. But in terms of getting the real McCoy, I hate to basically give them more business. But what you really want to get is you want to get the book Healing from Depression. I mean, so if you go to Amazon.com and you type in Healing from Depression, you'll see it right there in terms of a paperback book. I think I have serotonin deficiency. Do you think a 5-HTB would work or fish oil is better? Well, they both have in the literature been shown to help. It's all a matter of trial and error. I would try it out. Hopefully I'd be under the care of some sort of a prescriber, maybe a naturopath, but you know, you don't know until you try anything. So I have no opinion on that, but fish oil is recommended by a lot of doctors, medical doctors. I'm seeing a therapist, I go to support, but I need more support. Well, this is one support, Theo. Theo Hawk, Hannah, what else do you think you could get besides that? I mean, the support from the therapist is pretty good. What about, do they have meetup.com in Ireland? I have a lot of my support group members who belong to Meetup. And one was in an adult children and alcohol group, one was a divorced mothers group, one was in a group about meditation. There were so many groups on meetup.com. I live rural beautifully. I am solitude, but not isolation. Well, you like solitude. I see. Well, some people love solitude. You're right. Well, but, you know, so support can come in many ways, but one of the ways it really comes is others. Well, go to meetup.com, see if there's any meetup groups in your area. All right. Well, it's 55 minutes after the hour. I'm about to sign off. I found a used copy of Healing from Depression on eBay for $4 with free shipping. Sorry, Douglas, I'm poor and a cheapskate. Great book. Hey, the book is meant to go out there to help people. If it's in your hands, I'm a happy hamper. Well, what about that, Anna, in Ireland? Go to eBay. Does eBay ship things all over the world? They must. No. If you go to Amazon.com and you go look at my book, you can get a used copy for 1 cent. Do you believe it? Of course, you have to pay shipping. Healing from By the way, thank you for that, Lieutenant. Thank you for that $5 or £10 donation, $8 in my book. Yeah. So thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. No, maybe in the last minutes we have, maybe somebody else can make a live chat donation. 1 penny. So virtuous woman, try going to Amazon.com. You can find it for a penny. I couldn't go to support group. It's vertical. That's right. First time. Wow. Yeah. Hi, Doug. I just started taking fluoxetine or Prozac 4 days ago, and I feel up and down. My doctor prescribed to me while I wait to see a therapist. Waiting time is 6 weeks. Does it get better? Yeah. Well, you know, when you take a new antidepressant, there always are side effects at the beginning. I would be in close touch with your doctor to go over those. And why is there a waiting time of 6 weeks? This is crazy. You must be on some sort of like national health insurance. But again, I'll say it once, I'll say it 1,000 times. Mental health treatment is underfunded in America, in Britain, and Ireland, and Canada, and Australia, and Russia, and Finland, and Paris, and London, everywhere. It's a shame because 1 out of every 2 Americans over the course of a lifetime have mental illness, you know, or mental health disorder. If we extrapolate that to the world, that's about 3.5 billion people. That's a lot of people struggling. Let's go out on a much lighter note. May we? Let someone tell me something optimistic, something that's really, you know, a good thing. I want to hear some reason for hope. Can someone tell me, give me a reason for hope? You know, I've always been someone who's been on the cutting edge, and you know, no matter how much I push the envelope, it remains stationary. That wasn't too bad. You know what? I used to love when I was growing up eating Mars bars. They're out of this world. And speaking of which, one of my favorite books is one on anti-gravity. It's so good I can't put it down. And finally, who was the knight who invented the King Arthur's Round Table? Well, of course, he was Circumference. Boy, oh boy! I hope that made somebody laugh. So, here's the hopeful note. What goes down must come up. Ever hear of the Phoenix bird? Well, Julie Hayes, someone who we haven't seen in so long, God bless her, sent this to me, created this, and sent this to me many moons ago. Douglas, you're an inspiration to me. Thank you for sharing your experience and knowledge. And here it is. And there it is right there. And still I rise. I don't know what you mean by Theo W. Hawk, my Jack Russell's love, but I'm not quite sure. Maybe that's your dog. Anyway, see this? It means no matter how far down we go, we can rise from the ashes. So don't ever give up. The Dalai Lama says never give up, never give up. You don't know what the next day will bring, the next hour. I was down on July 14th. A bunch of people came and prayed for me in 1997. On the 17th, my wedding anniversary, I started to come out of it. 72 hours was the difference. Why don't cats like online shopping? What's the punchline? I need it before we can go. A bicycle can't stand up by itself. It's too tired. Where do you get these things? Lazy Eye Ranch. They're about as bad as my stuff. The brain does repowder and heal itself. Just say, hopeful, hang in there. I've been through it myself without medication. Okay, they found the catalog. Oh my goodness. Very good. All right, you guys, we can all go now. Lazy Eye Ranch said, ha ha. It is actually 59 minutes after the hour. Theo the Hawk smiles. Lazy Eye Ranch, what would we do without you with your great jokes? For someone who's depressed, you seem to have come up with them. All right, well, good night, Lazy Eye Ranch. Good night, Lieutenant Tiger. Oh, you made that joke. Okay, I got to give you credit where credit's due. Thank you for the donation. Again, you guys can still donate after we get off the air. By the way, you can still communicate with each other on the live chat for 10 minutes until the live stream stops. Edu Sam, thanks for your inspirational message. They're really helping me. Wow, you came on with 17 seconds left. Harvard McLeod, well, nice to see you. Thank you for the lozenges. Thanks, Douglas. 1973 Hallmark. Take care, all. And until we meet again, I wish you all the best in your mental health recovery. Watch my new video tomorrow, Monday, June 18th, and watch for us being back online here on my YouTube channel a week from today, July 24th. And God bless everybody.